The goal for Endgame in Borderlands 4 is obviously to make the most kick-ass, badass Vault Hunter available. So through doing that, you're going to be wanting to grind bosses for specific gear drops. You'll want to be playing with your character's action skill tree and kind of fine-tuning where you put your action skill points. And then finally, you'll want to be using firmware to kind of min-max your build. Ultimate Vault Hunter mode was a beloved community feature of Borderlands 2, and we wanted to bring it back, but it's different than in the past. So Ultimate Vault Hunter mode is unlocked after you've completed the campaign. You'll be guided through it through a series of tutorial missions with a character, and you'll ultimately unlock Ultimate Vault Hunter Difficulty 1. To unlock additional difficulties, you'll have to do a series of rank-up challenges, and these challenges test you by defeating other enemies out in the world. That will culminate with having to complete a wildcard mission. Weekly wildcard missions are new to Borderlands 4, and each week we're going to choose a mission that allows players to farm a specific legendary for that week. Weekly wildcard missions change each week and have a different selection of enemy traits that will spawn on enemies as you fight through it. So you'll be challenged, but you'll be guaranteed a legendary at the end of that mission. Firmware in Borderlands 4 is our first shot at bringing gear sets to Borderlands. Firmware is an exciting new addition that can only spawn on non-weapon piece of gear. So you can get a firmware drop on an ordnance, shield, class mod, enhancement, or rep kit. You'll want to combine firmware to get their full value. It'll be up to players to determine how they want to build out their character, as you need 3 pieces to complete a full set. However, as long as you have one, you'll get the bonus of the level 1 version of that firmware. Each firmware has 3 tiers of bonus. Exclusive new firmware only drop in those higher difficulties. And since there's 5 slots that firmware can spawn on, you have an option to kind of min-max based on the variety of firmware what matches your character build. Contracts are available in the base game as soon as you get to your first save house. But what they're really great for is endgame, because they'll reward you with Iridium, which is the currency that's used for a lot of endgame activities, such as respeccing your specialization tree or having access to big encore versions of bosses from Moxxi's Big Encore machine. Moxxi's Big Encore machine is unlocked as you complete missions for the bosses. The Encore machine lets you purchase a rerun of the boss right in the game, no save loading. As part of the end game, each week a Big Encore version of a boss will be selected, and you'll be able to spend Iridium to farm a more difficult, challenging boss, but have a much better chance at their dedicated loot. Specializations are our new end game skill tree. You'll have access to it after you've completed the campaign, and you'll collect specialization points as you level up. This is a replacement for Guardian ranks. So this time around, specializations will unlock socketable behaviors. Over the course of leveling it up, you'll have access up to 4 socket spaces to put these behaviors in. I don't want to spoil too much. I'm really excited about it, and we'll talk more about it as we get closer to launch. In Borderlands 4, raid bosses are returning. Raid boss is a short run up to a boss fight that is an invincible version of a boss. Invincibles have the most punishing damage, the biggest health pools, but they also will come with some of the best loot in the game, so there's a reason to do that. As you complete each raid though, we will unlock additional Ultimate Vault Hunter difficulties that again will then give you access to new firmware as the game progresses over that first year. Like Borderlands 3, we anticipate to take care of the game after it launches with a series of live events and free content. Week to week, the game is doing something fun to kind of change it up, be it more currency dropping, different enemies spawning, or community challenges. Borderlands 4 is a massive game this time around. We absolutely packed it full of content, but we also wanted to make sure that there was always something to come back to, even after you've consumed the base game. And so Borderlands 4's endgame is a great place for you to continue to enjoy Borderlands 4 day to day, week to week.